Hello, record nerds of the internet. It is almost Halloween, and what better thing to talk about than the Misfits? Let's go.
Six in the morning.
All right, I should say off the top that if you're looking to see really cool, rare, old Misfits records, this is not the video for you, because I don't own any of those. I've been listening to the Misfits since the 80s, and I've never owned any of those because they were expensive when I first heard of the Misfits. I remember talking to a guy who was a little bit older than me, and we were talking about Misfits records. He's like, yeah, you can get some, but they're expensive. And I'm like, how much? He's like, $50. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money. And now they're thousands of dollars, so that would have been a good investment back then. However, I was like 13 years old, and I didn't have any money for that. And they never got any cheaper, folks. But I'm going to go through the stuff I do have. We'll start with this. This is the Walk Among Us reissue on Earache. Not really available in the US. I bought this because I used to have, back in like 1989, I bought the, what would have been the available pressing at the time because it had the lyric sheet, and then I sold it. And then on one of the record store days, Rhino reissued this on like pink vinyl, and I bought it, and it was horrible sounding, and supposedly this sounded better, but if it does, it's not by much. It does not sound good. So if you're looking for a good sounding Walk Among Us, this is not it. Supposedly that one that I had bought in 1989 was better, but I wasn't really listening to records for the sound at the time. This is just on black vinyl. They put this out on other cooler colors of vinyl, but that's not what I got. I just got this black one. I don't know. Then I have this. This is Die Die My Darling. This is the dumbest release, I think, of all time. It's got 3 songs: Die Die My Darling, We Bite, and Mommy Can I Go Out and Kill Tonight, which are all on Earth AD, so I don't know why this needs to exist. There's a bunch of different pressings of this. I have no idea which pressing this is. I just don't know. This image was stolen by Glenn from a comic book. I'll put that here in case you've never seen it. I think I bought this in like 1990 at a record store locally, brand new. I don't know. I've had it for a while. Flipside Vinyl Fanzine Volume 2. You can see here's like the Misfits looking guy right there. There is one live Misfits song on here of Attitude. As you can see, there's a bunch of other bands you may have heard of. MIA, Decry, Naked Ray Gun, JFA, The Germs. This has an insert that is gigantic, but also has what I assume is a reprinting of a Misfits interview from Flipside. I'm going to zoom in on that so people can read it if they want. Pause it and read this. All right, have you read it? All right, cool. And that is it for Glenn Danzig approved records that I own from the Misfits. That's it. I always had their stuff on CD or cassette way back in the day. But I do have some non-approved Misfits records. Misfits. If you don't know this song, then what the F are you doing here? This is a live bootleg. It is on red vinyl. This it's actually not a on the cover here. This isn't the Misfits. This is Sam Hain. So I actually did a Sam Hain video. You should watch that. This is the concert where they go off on this point ex-member Bobby Steele with some interesting language. And then finally, I have this. This is 12 Hits from Hell. This is a record that never came out, even though it says Caroline on it. This is supposed to be issued by Caroline, but then I believe everything was destroyed. And it's never been super clear as to why. So this is a bootleg someone put out. This is probably a pressing from the CD. Some of the CDs had made it out in promo copies before all the copies were destroyed. I think Caroline basically put this out without consulting the members of the Misfits, since they had all of the rights, or all of the tapes at least. I don't know if clearly they didn't have the rights. But this has an insert as well with some dialogue from Eerie Von. And then you know it's a bootleg because it doesn't have a label on the... And that's it, people. That is all the Misfits records I own. I like the Misfits. I've listened to the Misfits for a long time. I first heard of the Misfits in the 80s. I think it was in the first Thrasher magazine I ever bought. Steve Caballero was wearing a Misfits shirt. And I was like, what's that? That looks cool. That's how I heard of them. A lot of people heard them through Metallica, doing those cover songs on whatever that Metallica record is called. I heard that after I got into the Misfits. But there we go. Misfits. 20 eyes in my head. They're all the same. Have a good day.